nice round kettle here where it's boiling, so it's been boiling for an hour. And the next thing we want to do is cool it down very quickly. That's very important to get it to cool down quickly, because as it's cooling down, that's the time that you could get some contamination, you know, if the temperatures are just sitting there for a long time, cooling down. So, if you have this fancy tool here, it's called a wort chiller. That's lovely. You can make them yourself, or we sell them anyway for not much more than what you can make them. If you don't have a wort chiller, you want to put this pot into a tub or sink of ice water. If you have this, you turn the heat off, you put this in, you hook it up to a garden hose, you run water through it. Usually we collect all that water because it's very, very hot. It's kind of almost boiling at first. So that comes out of this hose. None of this water or anything is touching your beer. So when you use one of these, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes. And you kind of move it around a little bit, but no splashing. You never want to splash your hot wort. Okay, so 10 minutes later, that's done. You can clean that tool in your big bucket of hot water you collected. The next thing we're going to do then is, this is our fermenter. Our primary fermenter is the bucket. This would actually be down here, so for those who can't see, you can just imagine that. And where's our yeast? Oh yes, mustn't forget the most important part. I've been shaking this up. It'll look like coffee. You can see all the yeast is at the bottom. But as you're shaking it up during the process, you know, it looks like coffee. And it's important not to shake it really vigorously about half an hour before you're going to pitch it, because if you do and you open this up, it just all over the place. So that's not good. If you're using a dry yeast, we recommend that you rehydrate it at about 75 or 80 degrees in about a quarter cup of water. There's a lot more I can tell you about that, but I'm not going to. There's a lot more I can tell you about everything, but I'm not going to. So just so you get an overall picture. So now what we would do, and Mark's just shown me a great new tool, which I'm going to investigate and get in my store as soon as possible. It's better than the one I've got here. This is a racking cane, and I actually forgot to bring another tool with me that's a little bit more money and a little bit more sophisticated, but this is what my husband used to do years ago anyway, when he first started brewing. So this clip, which as I said, Mark's shown me a better version. This clips on here. It helps hold it still for you. And then you'll have 6 feet of hose on that. Grab that hose. So you put the hose on here.